On August 8, 2025, the eyes of the world turned to Washington as a breakthrough unfolded in the long and bitter dispute between Armenia and Azerbaijan. With U.S. President Donald Trump mediating, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev signed a landmark peace agreement at the White House. The centerpiece of this accord is the Trump Route for International Peace and Prosperity, or TRIP, a bold plan to create a U.S.-administered transit corridor running through Armenia, connecting Azerbaijan's mainland to its exclave, Nakhchivan. For the first time in decades, hope flickered that the wounds of Nagorno-Karabakh might heal. But beneath this optimism lies a pressing question. Can Russia, for so long the regional power broker, spoil this hard-won peace? For decades, Russia has been the dominant force in the South Caucasus, wielding influence through military alliances and direct presence. Armenia hosts a Russian military base, and Russian border guards patrol its boundaries with Turkey and Iran. Moscow's security umbrella, particularly through the Collective Security Treaty Organization, has helped shape Armenian defense policy, and, by extension, the region's delicate balance of power. Russia has often positioned itself as the chief mediator in the Armenia-Azerbaijan rivalry, brokering ceasefires and maintaining a peacekeeping force in the aftermath of the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh War. The new U.S. brokered deal, however, marks a dramatic pivot. By granting the United States a 99-year lease to develop and control the TRIP corridor, spanning railways, energy pipelines, and digital networks, Armenia and Azerbaijan have signaled a willingness to shift their strategic bets away from Moscow and toward Washington. This shift is not lost on Russia. Official statements from Moscow have been cautious, emphasizing the need to further analyze the implications of the corridor clause. The Russian Foreign Ministry has highlighted the existence of past trilateral agreements with Armenia and Azerbaijan, hinting at legal and diplomatic entanglements that could complicate the TRIP's realization. Russia's military footprint in Armenia and its historic role as security guarantor mean it still possesses significant leverage. And with tensions already high, Azerbaijan's recent diplomatic crisis with Russia only adding fuel, Moscow may see the U.S. presence as a direct threat to its regional interests. At the same time, external opposition compounds the challenge. Iran, sharing borders with both Armenia and Azerbaijan, has issued stark warnings. Senior Iranian officials have denounced the proposed U.S.-controlled corridor as a destabilizing force, vowing to prevent its establishment at all costs. For Tehran, TRIP is not just a matter of trade routes, but a potential wedge driven between Iran and its northern neighbors, threatening its own security calculations. Domestically, the peace deal faces hurdles in Armenia itself. The agreement calls for constitutional amendments to renounce territorial claims, a step that will likely provoke political resistance and public debate. The specter of internal instability, coupled with external pressure, creates a volatile environment in which Russia could find opportunities to assert its influence, either by supporting dissenting factions or leveraging its security presence. The stakes are immense. If the TRIP corridor is completed, it could redraw the map of Eurasian trade, offering a direct link from Europe to Central Asia that bypasses both Russia and Iran. For Armenia, it presents a path toward economic revitalization and closer ties with the West. For Azerbaijan, it means unimpeded access to Nakhchivan and new regional clout. But for Russia, the loss of its traditional dominance in the South Caucasus could be a strategic setback with ripple effects across its near abroad. So, can Russia spoil the Armenia-Azerbaijan peace deal? The answer is far from certain. Moscow has both the motive and the means to push back, whether through diplomatic maneuvering, aligning with Iran and other regional actors, or supporting domestic opposition within Armenia. The durability of the TRIP agreement will depend on sustained international backing and the ability of the parties to withstand pressure, both internal and external. As the region stands at this crossroads, only time will reveal whether the promise of peace can overcome the pull of old rivalries and great power competition. The world, and especially those who have long hoped for stability in the Caucasus, will be watching. Do you think Russia will block this peace deal or finally step back? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more geopolitics insights, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.